The top 10 largest pharmaceutical fines and convictions in the past 30 years. Pharmaceutical companies have played an essential role in healthcare, but some of the world's largest corporations have found themselves caught up in massive scandals, facing hefty fines and legal battles. Today, we look at the top 10 largest fines ever levied against pharmaceutical companies over the last 3 decades, exploring the wrongdoings, the penalties, and the impact on the companies involved. Coming in at number 10 is GlaxoSmithKline, which in 2012 was hit with a record-breaking fine of $3 billion. This was the largest healthcare fraud settlement in U.S. history at the time. The company was convicted of promoting drugs for unapproved uses, failing to report safety data, and false advertising. The fine represented a significant portion of their revenue, and although the company paid the fine, they've been under heightened scrutiny ever since. At number 9 is Johnson & Johnson, which in 2013 paid a total of $2.2 billion to settle allegations of illegal marketing and kickbacks related to its drugs, including Risperdal. J&J was accused of promoting the use of its antipsychotic drug for children and elderly patients without FDA approval. This fine represented a mere 4.2% of their 2013 annual revenue. Pfizer, one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world, made headlines in 2009 with a $2.3 billion settlement. Pfizer was found guilty of promoting drugs for off-label uses and paying kickbacks to doctors. With their annual revenue at $50 billion that year, this fine only accounted for around 4.6% of their yearly income. In 2007, Merck & Company settled with the U.S. government for $1.2 billion. Merck was convicted for misleading marketing related to its painkiller, Vioxx, which was linked to heart attacks and strokes. The fine was part of a larger $4.85 billion settlement with victims of the drug. In 2012, Abbott Laboratories was slapped with a $1.5 billion fine for illegally promoting its anti-seizure drug, Depakote. Abbott illegally marketed the drug for uses not approved by the FDA, including for use in children and elderly patients. The fine represented about 6.8% of their 2012 revenue. Novartis, a Swiss pharmaceutical giant, was fined $1.2 billion in 2010 for paying kickbacks to doctors. The company was found guilty of offering financial incentives to doctors in exchange for prescribing their drugs. The penalty, though significant, was just 2.5% of their 2010 revenue. Bayer, another German pharmaceutical titan, faced a $1.6 billion fine in 2001 after being accused of failing to disclose the risks of its cholesterol drug, Baycol. The drug was linked to several deaths due to muscle damage, leading to lawsuits and this massive fine. At the time, Bayer's annual revenue was around $25 billion, making the fine a significant portion of their profits. Eli Lilly found itself in hot water in 2009, settling for $1.4 billion after being accused of illegally marketing its antipsychotic drug, Zyprexa. The company promoted the drug for unapproved uses, and though the fine was sizable, it was a fraction of Eli Lilly's annual income, which that year was over $20 billion. Purdue Pharma, infamous for its role in the opioid crisis, faced a $634 million fine in 2007. However, that fine pales in comparison to the billions it has paid in settlements since then. Although Purdue initially faced a relatively small fine for misbranding OxyContin, it has been forced to pay billions in lawsuits and settlements linked to the opioid epidemic, with ongoing legal battles. The largest fine in history was handed to Pfizer in 2009, totaling a staggering $2.3 billion for the illegal promotion of drugs. But it's clear that multiple companies, including Novartis and others, have faced similar, albeit slightly smaller, penalties. Despite this, some companies, such as Purdue Pharma, have been embroiled in ongoing legal battles, continuing to face significant public and financial scrutiny. Even though they have paid substantial sums, some companies have yet to fully resolve all their legal challenges. The pharmaceutical industry, despite its critical role in society, continues to grapple with legal and ethical issues, especially when it comes to corporate responsibility. While fines like these may seem large, they are often just a fraction of the company's yearly earnings, allowing them to recover and continue operations, sometimes with only limited reputational damage. Will stricter regulations come in the future? Only time will tell. Thanks for watching. Stay informed on the latest in the pharmaceutical industry and corporate accountability. Please like and subscribe.